Scripture has been pointing to for years, the birth of Jesus, from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 7. Before we dive into this passage and what it means, I think it's important that we cover some historical background. God's people have been waiting a long time for their promised Messiah. At this time, the Roman Empire was in charge of Israel. A ruler named Caesar Augustus ordered a census. Basically, that just means everyone had to return to their hometown to be counted.
Wait, before we start, is this like the Christmas story? Or is it one of
That's a good question. It's a real story, the one Luke wrote about. It's the night of Jesus' birth. Luke, he was a very descriptive writer, and he wanted readers to know exactly what happened and when it happened. So everything he writes describes and is grounded in real places with real rulers and real moments in time. Kinda. From Nazareth to Bethlehem. And Bethlehem was the city of King David, which fulfills an important prophecy. That's a key element to this story.
Wait, so how long is that walk?
That's another great question. You know what? I think we should ask our principal. He is crazy about geography.
So what are y'all working on now? Oh, Luke chapter 2. That's one of my favorites. Well, Mary and Joseph traveled somewhere around 70 miles. That's like walking from here to the next big city. I know it's not ideal, but to think things didn't get much better from there. Mary had to have her baby in a manger because there was no room.
Okay, class. Now it's time for a pop quiz. I'm gonna let the students take it away on this one.
In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria, and all went to be registered, each to his own town.
From the town of Nazareth to Judea,
To the city of David, because he's the house of lineage of David. To with Mary. When Mary he betrothed, and while the time came for her to give birth, and she wrapped him in rattling cloths, and she laid him in a manger, in the inn.
Alright class, I'm going to wrap it up. The recipients of this passage were Gentile Christians who had already heard of Jesus. Luke wrote this text so that they might have certainty, to show that Christ was the fulfillment of the Jewish faith, not the founder of a new religion, and to provide an eschatological hope in Christ. This passage displays the fulfillment of several messianic prophecies, namely Micah 5:2, 2 Samuel 7:12-16, Isaiah 11:1, and more. This fulfillment of major messianic prophecies takes place during the period of Second Temple Judaism, in which the time named the 400 silent years occurred. There was not a prophet for 400 years between the two testaments. The incarnation of Christ showed to the Jew that God was never truly silent, and to the Gentile that Jesus did not bring about a new religion, but fulfilled the religion of the Jews. Luke means to introduce this exemplary figure through the chronological retelling of his life. Luke purposefully points out that Jesus was laid in a manger, and follows that shocking statement in praise of angels and shepherds. Luke rightfully and powerfully points to Jesus as the exemplary Son of King. Saint Cyril notes that the birth narrative is integral to the Gospel of Luke, as Christ is the first fruits of all. The second Adam, according to the Scriptures, was born of the Spirit, that he might transmit the grace of the spiritual gift to us also. For we too were intended no longer to bear the names of sons of men, but of God, rather, having obtained the new birth of the Spirit in Christ. Christ is the atoning sacrifice who justifies man before God. Romans 8:15 teaches that by the incarnation of Christ, adoption is had. This adoption restores mankind to the fold of God, which mankind once tainted. Mankind marred God's image through Adam's sin. Through the incarnation, mankind can be conformed into the image of Christ, once again bearing God's image.
This is the story of Jesus' birth.